TikTok creators from all over the country flew into Washington, D.C. this past March, looking to influence a new type of audience. Congress.
Contact your representatives and let them know how important this app is.
For more than 3 years, the U.S. government has been threatening to crack down on TikTok, an app that has topped download charts and become a powerful force driving American culture.
Tonight, TikTok on the hot seat
as Washington debates whether to ban TikTok over national security concerns.
While TikTok isn't too different from Instagram or YouTube, it's the app's parent company, Beijing-based
ByteDance,
that spooked lawmakers most. Over the last few years, ByteDance workers in China have reportedly accessed data from American journalists, while at the same time, U.S.-China relations have strained, and TikTok's popularity has made it the poster child for anti-China policy. But with millions of Americans using the app for entertainment and also to support their businesses, a nationwide ban could have devastating consequences. So despite this mounting pressure, some Republicans and Democrats are calling on their colleagues to consider what a ban could mean for free speech on the internet. We're here in D.C. to see if Congress is really headed in the direction of a total ban.
Is the clock ticking on TikTok?
This is your status update. TikTok's future in the U.S. has been on shaky ground for years.
So really, why is this process needed now with TikTok? What was it about TikTok?
One of the geniuses of TikTok is every time you interact with that app, it learns more about you. It collects more data. It knows what you like sometimes before you know what you like.
Senator Mark Warner chairs the Senate Intelligence Committee, one of the few congressional panels to regularly receive classified national security briefings.
I'm very concerned the Communist Party in China can say, no, we want all that data about all those Americans. Potentially spy upon people, potentially use it against you, blackmail, you name the possible uses that a Communist Party authoritarian regime could use if they have that much data, not just on Americans, but people all around the world that are using this app.
Earlier this year, he introduced the Restrict Act, a bill that would allow for the Secretary of Commerce to ban TikTok and other foreign technologies that the government deems a risk to U.S. security.
China, in 2017, changed all their laws and said any Chinese company, their top obligation was not their customers, not their shareholders, but the Communist Party. So the Communist Party can ask for your data, ask for any information from any Chinese company.
This isn't the first time the government has tried to ban TikTok.
We're looking at TikTok. We may be banning TikTok. We may be doing some other things. There are a couple of options.
Former President Donald Trump signed an executive order in 2020 banning it and other Chinese-affiliated technologies. But several judges blocked the order, saying Trump had overstepped his power. In 2021, the Biden administration took a new tack and sought a compromise with TikTok to avoid a future ban.
Well, it turns out the clock won't stop for TikTok. President Biden has signed a new executive order voiding a Trump-era decision.
Things looked promising until Chinese ByteDance employees were caught using TikTok data to track the locations of 2 American journalists critical of the company. So in March, the Biden administration reportedly gave TikTok an ultimatum: find an American owner or be banned. And Warner introduced his Restrict Act, which would give the government oversight on tech from 6 adversarial countries, including Russia and China.
So we said, let's have a bill that will give the Secretary of Commerce a series of new tools, powers, to say if there is a foreign technology that creates a national security issue from those 6 countries I mentioned, the Secretary of Commerce could go from anything from limiting that application or requiring divestiture away from, say, a Chinese company, all the way up to and including banning.
More than 24 senators have signed on in support of the bill. Even the White House is behind it, arguing that it's the best legislative solution. But it's not the only bill TikTok has to worry about. Congressional Republicans have introduced similar measures, leaving out the middleman, the Secretary of Commerce. These bills direct President Biden to ban the app outright. But for the first time, some lawmakers have teamed up with TikTokers to fight against a ban.
TikTok as a platform has created a community and a space for free speech. It's also a place where 5 million small businesses are selling their products and services and making a living.
The day before TikTok's CEO, Shou Zi Chew, was set to appear before the House Energy and Commerce Committee, 3 Democrats joined nearly 24 TikTok creators outside of the U.S. Capitol for a rally. TikTok's most influential lobbyists ended up being the creators themselves.
TikTok's community has become an important part of my life and has helped me connect with people from all walks of life.
TikTok has really been a game changer for me. It's allowed me to reach new audiences, millions of people.
TikTok had flown the creators into D.C. to show lawmakers how the app had impacted their lives.
I would love to be
in come on, be in the live. Okay.
No, you got to be in it, though, now.
Yeah, sorry. Oh
okay, so we're with The Verge. What do I do? They want to know what I do. I'll give you the news.
I'm a mental health advocate, first and foremost. I use TikTok as a tool to democratize mental health education and resources.
So I do a lot of comedy content, but I do plus size and transgender activism as well.
So I use superheroes and comic books for social emotional learning and mental health for young people.
So I wanted Congress to see that there are people to TikTok, that this is the face of TikTok, and that if you were to ban TikTok, you would annihilate an entire community.
But to Representative Jamal Bowman from New York and the handful of other lawmakers who disapprove of a ban,
do not ban TikTok. We need it. Consider me an ally.
The government's attacks against the app amount to xenophobic saber rattling and a disregard for the harms perpetrated by American social media platforms.
Let's have a broader, more honest conversation about social media, and let's not scapegoat TikTok because they happen to be owned by a Chinese organization in this time of heightened xenophobia since COVID.
On March 23rd, all eyes were on TikTok CEO Shou Zi Chew as he testified before the House Energy and Commerce Committee in an attempt to demystify the app's security practices.
Our witness today is Mr. Shou Chew, Chief Executive Officer of TikTok. You're recognized for 5 minutes.
There are more than 150 million Americans who love our platform, and we know we have a responsibility to protect them, which is why I'm making the following commitments to you and to all our users. Number 1, we will keep safety, particularly for teenagers, as a top priority for us. Number 2, we will firewall protected US data from unwanted foreign access. Number 3, TikTok will remain a place for free expression and will not be manipulated by any government. And 4th, we will be transparent and we will give access to third-party independent monitors to remain accountable for our commitments.
Little new information came out of the hearing. Lawmakers seemed entirely disinterested in Chew's answers, often using their entire 5 minutes to vent their frustrations rather than receive answers to their questions.
If the CCP demanded that ByteDance hand over all of the data that they had on US users in their possession, and ByteDance refused, I wonder what would happen.
You know, if there really are 150 million users in the US, this suggests to me that the CCP has a finger on the pulse of almost half our nation's population.
TikTok is the spy in Americans' pockets.
At the end of the day's events, it was clear lawmakers still didn't fully understand how TikTok and platforms like it work.
As I understand it, there's a sister app in China, Douyin. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation. Do they have these same things over there?
Congressman, I'm really glad you asked this question.
Do they, yes or no?
I'm not sure because...
Yeah, whoa, come on now, you're not sure?
I really am not sure.
But most of them were more determined than ever before to ban it.
Mr. Chew, you are here because the American people need the truth about the threat TikTok poses to our national and personal security. It's been said it's like allowing the Soviet Union the power to produce Saturday morning cartoons during the Cold War, but much more powerful and much more dangerous. Your platform should be banned.
Okay.
For more independent perspectives on all this, we talked to 2 civil rights experts.
I'm David Green. I'm the Civil Liberties Director at the Electronic Frontier Foundation.
My name is Jenna Leventoff, and I'm a Senior Policy Counsel at the American Civil Liberties Union.
The concern of the U.S. government is that U.S. user data might flow to foreign governments. Then banning TikTok is really just is going to do very little to address that problem, because many online services, including social media services and other services, collect hordes of U.S. data and then make that data available to data brokers who then sell it on open markets. And among the people who buy it on open markets are foreign governments, including our adversaries.
Most anyone can buy large amounts of American data from brokers whose only real alliance is with whoever offers them the most money. That means foreign governments, intent on harming the US, can already access our data. But is there enough evidence showing that TikTok is making this problem worse?
Right. I wish the government would come out and say that we've done a national security analysis, that we've reached this conclusion, and here's the reason we've reached this conclusion, and here's the information we have, and we can't tell you everything, but we're going to tell you as much as we can. I wish the government would do that, but we don't get that. And as far as we know, members of Congress have not received that.
If what lawmakers fear most is data security, a broader bill protecting user data could fix a lot of the problems every tech company has, not just TikTok. But critics have begun to speculate that lawmakers are more concerned with China's rise as a global superpower than the threats posed by a popular app.
I think that Congress has decided that they want to look tough on China, and they have made TikTok the poster child for that. Back in the 50s, we saw people come down hard against communism. It was politically popular to stifle speech if it was related to someone who held communist values. People today don't look favorably upon the McCarthy era. And I think if we're looking into the future, people aren't going to look favorably upon this either.
Under current law, what we have right now, would it even be constitutional to ban an app like TikTok?
No, absolutely not. It would be a violation of the First Amendment.
TikTok does pose a threat to users and the safety and security of their data. But so do all social media platforms. The collection, dissemination, and use of someone's sensitive information, their likes, their dislikes, the time they spend watching a video, can and have been used to harm individuals and whole communities of people in the past. But without meaningful evidence that TikTok has inflicted more harm than Facebook or Instagram, a ban could do more to chill free speech on the internet than protect the safety of American users.
We're not just talking about banning TikTok here. We are talking about setting a precedent for banning an entire app that people use for protected speech from operating in this country. And it enables it to happen again and again and again.
Beyond the outraged lawmakers intent on banning the app, Bowman and others have started building a coalition to keep the app online. But even with this newfound support, the next few months will be consequential for TikTok's future. If lawmakers are unable to pass a ban before the end of the year, their 2024 re-election campaigns may ruin any chance of getting it done. And it doesn't look like ByteDance is ready to give up its ownership to an American company anytime soon.